welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking the time out to watch the videos and interact with the video as well, right? So a few things we're going to be discussing in this video. We're going to be talking about Kevin Sinclair's hand injury. Also talking about Shamar Joseph and his him being doubtful for the third test match. And then also discussing what this would mean for the West Indies lineup if Shamar Joseph is unable to go. Who would replace him, or what possible lineup the West Indies team could use if Shamar Joseph is unable to play. So just stick around to the end of the video while we discuss all of these things, right? But before I get into the details, just a few YouTube formalities. Do remember to like the video. You liking the video is very important. It shows YouTube that you like the content that we're putting out, and it allows them to send it out to a wider audience. So I really appreciate you liking the video. And also, if you are new to the channel or you haven't subscribed as yet, definitely hit that subscribe button as well. Right. So I'll start with the Kevin Sinclair issue, right? So it has been confirmed that Kevin Sinclair, he will be unavailable for the third test match, due to a fractured hand. He suffered that injury in the second test match, in the second innings of the second test match. When he got out, it was actually the ball that got him out that made him sustain that injury. It was a sharp bouncer from Mark Wood. Sinclair tried to fend it off, but it clipped his glove and went on to hit his hand. And that's what gave him the injury. And to be honest, just based on his reaction, after being hit, you could tell that it was something serious. He was, obviously it's a hand injury, so he was able to walk off the field without any assistance. But you could tell that he was in pain, and just considering the fact of the pace that Mark Wood bowls with, consistently bowling over 90 miles an hour, and that ball hitting him directly on his hand, not somewhere that had any sort of padding. I knew that it could possibly be very bad, and as such, it has been confirmed that he has a fractured right hand. So definitely wishing Kevin Sinclair a speedy recovery from this injury. Such is the game of cricket. Sometimes these things do happen. That's why batsman, no matter how much protection you wear, there always be areas on your body that's left open, and unfortunately that's where the ball hit him on his hand right there. So we're definitely wishing Kevin Sinclair a speedy recovery from this injury, and hopefully it doesn't affect him for the South Africa series, but that's coming up in short order, so we'll have to wait and see if he will recover in time for that series. Moving on now to Shamar Joseph, right? So it's been reported, that Shamar Joseph, he is currently doubtful for the third test match, due to him having flu-like symptoms, or not flu-like symptoms, him having the flu, pretty much, right? So seems as if there is some sort of a sickness bug going around the West Indies camp, right? We saw Gudakesh Moti being ruled out of the second test match due to an illness as well, and now it is being reported that Shamar Joseph also, he's doubtful for this third test match due to him having the flu. But like I said, he has not been ruled out completely. The key word there is him being doubtful. So it means that there is a possibility that he might still be able to suit up and take part in the match. But it's definitely cause for concern, right? Because when you think about the replacements, the only other fast bowler in the team right now who also was just called up as a result of the injury to Jeremiah Louis. So Jeremiah Louis, of course, he was ruled out after third test as well, due to injury. So both the injury bug and the sickness bug seem to be going through the West Indies team right now. But yeah, the only fast bowling replacement that would be there to replace Shamar Joseph is Hakeem Jordan, right? So he's been placed on standby to possibly make a debut in the third test match. Which would mean a weaker bowling lineup, but whatever team they decide to put out there, they will definitely have my support, and we as fans should support them as well. Personally, I have not seen enough from Hakeem Jordan to say, okay, yeah, he's going to come in and make a huge difference. You know, but that's why the game is played. You know, it's not played on paper. It's not played based on name. It's not played based on past performance. You know, you have to go out there on the day and put in a performance. So it's he can come into the team and have a impact. You know, which, and if he does, you know, definitely will be happy for that as well. So, but you know, obviously Shamar Joseph would be the preference. You know, hopefully he can recover from whatever from the flu, whatever illness he has, and be able to take part in the match. But if not, then you know it's always next man up, and that would be Akeem Jordan if the team and the coaching staff decides to go in that direction, right? So I was thinking about, you know, okay, if Shamar is out, what could the team possibly do, right? And this is, so I thought about it, and I thought about could they, the obvious choice, right, would be to replace Shamar Joseph with a fast bowler, which would be Akeem Jordan, right, which would be a like for like change, right? But then I thought about it some more, and I was like, okay, then if Shamar is not available, then could they possibly bring in an extra batter, right? Which would mean that they would shorten the bowling lineup, right? So they could bring in an extra batter. So either McCaskey or Imlak, or maybe both, because we do think that Mackenzie will be replaced by one of them. So they could possibly bring in the other batsman as well, right? To have him bat at a number 6 and push JC Holder further down the order. But what that would mean, though, is that the bowling lineup would be short-handed, right? So now, as far as frontline bowling options, the options would be Jaden Seals, Alzarri Joseph, and JC Holder as the pace bowlers, alongside Gudakesh Moti as the spin bowler. So those would be the four main bowlers in the lineup, right? Then you obviously have the part-time bowlers, a Hodge or a Brathwaite, you know, as spin bowling options as well, to complement the four main bowlers. So that's something I thought about that they could possibly do, right? Whether or not they will go in that direction, we have to wait and see. But I thought about it as a way to strengthen the batting, you know, add some depth to the batting. You know, obviously, Kevin Sinclair, you know, his batting ability, you know, they brought him in the team for the second test match in an attempt to strengthen the batting a bit after the disappointing performance in the first test match. But with Kevin Sinclair, no, definitely not being able due to his broken arm, then, you know, that's something that I thought that they could possibly do as well. But we have to wait and see what they do. But yeah, so just a quick recap. So Kevin Sinclair, you know, he's ruled out after the third test match with a broken hand after being hit on the hand by Mark Wood in the second test match. And Shamar Joseph, he is doubtful for the third test match due to him having the flu, right? And Akeem Jordan has been put on standby as a possible replacement for him in the team if Shamar Joseph is unable to go, right? So we just have to wait and see what the West Indies team decides to do. But that's all I have for you in this video. If you're not subscribers, you know, as always, do remember to like the video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.